Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Lost Legend TV. I'm Ray, and I'm so excited to review this movie. I have been waiting days upon days after the holidays to review this movie. This is Talk to Me. You've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. When I watched this movie, I was like, woo! This movie was such a breath of fresh air for me. Like, guys, you don't understand. I watch horror movies day in and day out, and more than most of them are just like, I'm gonna turn this shit off, or like, yeah, that was okay. You know, I've seen that movie 20 times before with different actors. But this movie, I love the premise. I love the introduction, how it didn't waste any time making you ask questions. I mean, the opening is literally this dude going to go see his brother at this party. He gets fucking stabbed, and the dude stabbed himself. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you witness the hand. You're introduced to Mia. I love the cast. I love the crew. So if you haven't seen this, spoilers ahead. The movie is about Mia, who had just lost her mother. She is estranged from her dad because she feel like the dad's hiding something about the mom's death, which comes into play later, of course. But it is mainly about this hand that has been roaming around these parties. Evidently, it's all over the social media. People say have this fucking hand, this ceramic hand that evidently has a medium's hand embalmed in it. Like, why the fuck would you want that? And you are able to communicate with the dead. And of course, shit goes south because you just don't fucking do that. You don't do it. Don't. But yeah, one thing leads to the next, and when I watched the trailer for it, I did not expect the plot to revolve around the brother Riley so much. I expected this to be solely on Mia, and yes, it is on Mia, but at the same time, Riley is a huge part of this movie, because it turns out that they let this fucking young ass Riley kid do this fucking talk to the dead, and shit goes south, and they stay in his body, and the only way to free him is to basically try to get them out, exorcise him, or kill him. But they say if he dies with the spirits inside him, the spirits will have his soul forever, and he's damned. But other than the premise alone, I love the small things that tie in together, like Mia having this dream, this reoccurring dream about her looking in the mirror and not seeing her reflection. How that pans out at the end, because at the end of the movie, Mia takes Riley to this wheelchair. She's gonna kill Riley because the spirits are imitating her mom, making her think that by killing Riley will be set free, but in all actuality, they just want his fucking soul. I think at the end she realizes that, and she sacrifices herself, and she is now on the other side of the spectrum, and she's in this pitch dark, and she sees herself in the hospital in the mirror. She doesn't see a reflection, realizes she's dead, and she sees somebody in the shadows and talk to me, you know? There are certain aspects of it that are really eerie. There are certain scenes that made me uncomfortable in a good way, because if you make me feel like that, you got me halfway, because 9 times out of 10, it's really hard to jump scare me, but this movie did it right. One scene that happened, just like, oh my god, this is what happened when I saw this scene. Yeah, dude, that fucking dog scene where Daniel's possessed and that fucking demon's making out with that fucking dog. I was like, dude, somebody call the goddamn Humane Society. That horny ass dog. That spirit needs some D. Another scene that made me just bust out laughing was when Mia got possessed again, and like the montage of everybody like getting possessed, she's just fucking singing like they're having a fucking kumbaya, sitting around, you know, just no fucking problem. There's funny scenes where it needs to be funny, and there's scary scenes where it needs to be scary. There's uncomfortable scenes that catch you off guard. Everything is just so well put together and well paced. I love the dream sequences, as they were just so weird and intense. And goddamn, that scene where Mia falls asleep with Daniel at her house, and she has this dream of this fucking spirit sucking Daniel's toes, and Daniel wakes up and Mia's sucking his fucking toes. You know, that was gross. There's nothing wrong with a little toe action, but this was extra sloppy.
Have some more sloppy Joes. I made them extra sloppy for you.
Lady, you're scaring us.
I also love the kangaroo tie-in, you know? Before this even started, Mia had picked Riley up, and they found this kangaroo dying in the road, and they wanted to put it out of its misery. She didn't have enough balls to do it. When she found out she's dead, you see the kangaroo in the hallway once again. That is excellent foreshadowing, and that is excellent puzzle piecing together. You know, small details like that you can bring back into the film. I love when people do that. Riley's acting in this as the demon hurting himself. Oh my god, dude. When he goes over 90 seconds and he's fucking beating his fucking head like he's listening to a fucking Limp Bizkit song. head's fucking split open and he didn't die. And he's in that fucking bathroom. He does it again. He's laughing about it. Yeah, that's some creepy shit. And believe it or not, I think the most neglected person when it comes to screen time was actually Mia's dad. I love Mia's dad. Even though we got a small portion of him, we got one being the dad, like, okay, you know, daughter doesn't want to talk to me, so I'm not in the movie, to where the dad's being a real dad, you know, had a lot of respect for him. He had to play an evil version of himself. The dad I wanted more of the dad. I really hope it survived because it was confirmed dad. He probably did die. It was confirmed, but I feel like Max is a hugely underrated part of this movie. And overall, I love how it just wasn't your typical possession movie, you know? It's just this random evil demon coming into you fucking your life up. And I really love the scene where they're all at the party and Riley goes for the first time and Mia's mom comes through Riley and talks to her. I was actually not expecting that to happen. I like how they went so personal with it, you know? Like I say, it wasn't just this evil entity coming after them just because they have nothing better to do in the afterlife than just be a fucking cunt to people. I like how they really went personal with it, you know? I believed it. I believed the trauma. And if I was Mia, I would probably do the same in her shoes, you know? But sometimes you gotta take a step back and see the bigger picture, like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't play with the dead. I love the movie from A to B. But yeah, this movie really stood out to me. It really did. If I had to rate this movie, I'm gonna give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. I could maybe give it a 9, maybe, but I'm pretty solid on an 8.5. I would recommend this to anybody. It was a hell of a good movie. I love the cast, I love the plot. There's not a whole lot that I do not like about this movie. And I would love for a sequel to happen. But I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Thank you guys so much for coming to visit me, taking time out of your day to come kick with me. I really do appreciate it. I love you all, and until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Adios.